What's up, guys? Justin here with some pickups for you, and in this video I've got a few eBay packages to show along with a lot of thrift store stuff. Now the garage sale season up here is pretty much dead at this point, so for the next 8 months or whatever it is, it's going to be thrift store and Craigslist stuff mostly, and of course we're always doing trades and stuff, and I'm always buying stuff on eBay, so I'll have that stuff to show too. But I'll actually start out this video with some of the eBay packages that I've received in the last week. And this first one actually came about as I was looking through the newly listed Buy It Nows on eBay, and I think this one popped up the very first time I refreshed the page. And even though I don't collect for the Game Boy Advance, I could not pass up this deal. I think it was a Buy It Now for like $9.85 or something like that, plus a few dollars shipping. It was like $12 shipped for a complete copy of Golden Sun for the Game Boy Advance. And I've already taken all the contents out. The cardboard insert is still in there, but here's the cartridge here, and the map, and the manual as well. And actually also in there when I received it was the manual for Golden Sun The Lost Age, which I believe was just the sequel to the original Golden Sun. So I don't know if the seller put this in there by mistake or thought it went with the game or what, but I'll take it regardless, I guess, a free manual. So I'll move on next to some Wii titles that I've picked up recently. As I mentioned in one of our previous videos, I'm currently trying to go through and collect all of the RPGs on the Wii, and I've got about half of the ones I'm looking for right now. I'm mainly just getting them off eBay. I'm not looking for crazy deals on them or anything. I'm just looking for good condition copies for about the going rate anyway. And the first one I have here is Rune Factory Frontier. Now this is actually a factory sealed copy of Rune Factory Frontier. I do have it in a DVD sleeve and whatnot, but I'm really not trying to collect the RPGs sealed, even though I do collect sealed games. But the thing about the RPGs on the Wii is there's something I want to experience. I want to actually play the games. So unless I can get them for roughly the same price I'm going to get them for open or not sealed, I'm just going to buy them used. And the only reason I bought this one factory sealed is because I got a great deal on it. I think I paid $13 for it, maybe a couple dollars shipping, so like $15 shipped I think I paid for this. And my justification for it was I already have Rune Factory Tides of Destiny open for the Wii, so that I haven't played through yet, so I'm going to play through that one before I worry about having to open this one. But I was still happy to pick it up for such a good deal. And this next one here was one of the more sought-after RPGs that at least that I wanted, because it just looks like such a cool game. It's Ark Rise Fantasia, and this one is not sealed, so I can open it up and show you that it is complete and in really nice shape. And actually, along with this, the seller sent this really cool-looking sprite. It's a Metroid. And so obviously, Metroid really doesn't have any relation to this game, so I'm kind of curious as to whether the seller or the person I bought this from watches the show on YouTube, because it's happened before. I've bought stuff from other YouTubers on here before without even realizing it, and I've also had other YouTubers buy stuff from me on eBay as well. So this is a very cool sprite, though. I'm very happy that they threw this in. But if this is your package that you sent me and you're watching this video, feel free to let me know who you are, man. I'd really like to know. Again, it could have just been a coincidence that, Super Metroid is my favorite game of all time, and then this got thrown in with the game, but I have a feeling that it's not so much of a coincidence. Moving on, though, to the last Wii game that I have to show, and I got, at least I think, an absolutely amazing deal on this. I got to give a shout out to TB46667. Unfortunately, most of you probably know he is no longer on YouTube, but the reason I found out about this game is because I watched his Wii collection, and that's what really exposed me to a lot of these Wii titles. I had no idea there were so many RPGs on the Wii, and after watching his video, seeing some of the ones he had, I went online, I looked up a list of them, and this was one of the ones that Tom did have that just looked so cool, and I went on eBay. There was only like one listed in auction format. I ended up winning it for $1.50, and there was shipping too. It was like $4 shipped, which I thought was just an absolute steal for a game this unique. Opuna, or maybe that's how you pronounce it. I don't know. Opoona. And this one came complete and in pretty much flawless condition. And like I said, it just looks like such a cool game. The graphical style and everything. It kind of reminds me of Earthbound. I haven't actually put this game in my system and tried it yet, so that might be a very bad comparison. I don't know, but just reading through the manual and looking at the back, it looks like an Earthbound style RPG. So I'm very, very excited to try this out. Very happy to have it for the collection, and just the fact that I got it for like $4 shipped was just the icing on the cake. So very happy with that. So that was all for the eBay stuff. I'll move on to the thrift store stuff next, and actually I believe everything I'm about to show comes from the local Goodwill in the last week or so. I haven't had any luck at our local St. Vincent de Paul thrift store in the last 2 weeks. I don't think I've bought a single thing from there, but the Goodwill has been pretty good to us. So I'll start out with some GameCube games that I found last week sometime, and these were mixed in with a bunch of PS2 games that they had put out, but the first one I found was Animal Crossing, which is Black Label, and is complete aside from the memory card that was supposed to be in here that came with this game, but I've already got the game complete with the memory card for my collection, so I wasn't too concerned about that. And then this other one I found actually in a different spot in the store, mixed in with some other PS2 titles. This is one I did not have for my collection though, and that's Tetris Worlds, which is complete as well and in really nice shape, so I was happy to add that one to my collection. And then I did pick up one of the PS2 games that they had there. Most of the ones they had were just cheaper sports titles. I saw this one there, and I quickly looked it up on my phone. I saw one that had sold on eBay for like 15 bucks, and I was like, all right, I'll go ahead and pick that up then. Kind of having a little bit of buyer's remorse about this one. Realistically, it's like a $10 game, maybe like 8 or 10 bucks, but I'll just go ahead and show it. It's Donald Duck Going Quackers for the PS2. And again, I think this one is a little bit more uncommon, but thinking back on it, I probably would have passed on this if I had to do it over again. But for $3.99, I think I got charged for it. I thought it was, I mean, it's still a decent deal anyway. Like I said, probably like an $8, $10 game. So I had these three, and on my way up to the register to pay for them, I noticed that they had some Game Boy games in their glass case. So I asked one of the employees if they could open up the case so I could grab the games out, and I just quickly asked, I was like, oh, are these the $1.99 games? Because sometimes they'll randomly charge more for like Game Boy games and stuff, and I didn't really want to pay over $1.99 for any of these games. And she was like, oh, those are actually 79 cents, which was awesome. Obviously, I'm going to pick them all up. So I'll show you guys what we got. 4 Game Boy games here for 79 cents a piece. I'm not sure if I had any of these, actually. I might have had 1 or 2 of them already, but we got Disney's The Little Mermaid. This was probably the coolest one that was in there. Gauntlet 2. I know that I didn't have that one yet. We got Spot, the video game. And finally, we got Asteroids, which is a black cartridge. So yeah, 79 cents a piece for those and $4 a piece for those. Decent trip to the Goodwill. And I actually went back a few days later, and they had just one more GameCube game sitting out there. Actually, no, they had 2 of them. They had like a Madden 2005 or something that wasn't complete. But I went ahead and picked this one up for $3.99. NASCAR Thunder 2003. Yes, I know it's a sports game, but there really weren't that many NASCAR games on the GameCube. I think there's 3 of them that I can recall, and I already had one of the other ones. It was complete and in nice shape, and I actually do enjoy NASCAR games more than other sports games for any system, really. So I went ahead and picked that one up for the collection. And then also there, on that day, they had one of these, Guitar Hero. I think this is Guitar Hero or Band Hero, wireless guitar receiver for PS2 and PS3. And the only reason I picked this up is because I had a buddy a few months ago before he left back for school that had a PS3 and really wanted to play Guitar Hero, but he didn't have one of these receivers for his guitar. And I was like, all right, I'll help you out. I'll go on eBay and just buy one, and then you can just hit me back or whatever. I didn't realize how expensive these things were. I think I ended up spending like 25 or 30 bucks on one for him, which obviously he reimbursed me for. But I was just blown away that the Guitar Hero stuff for the PS3 was so much more expensive. I mean, it's almost worthless for the 360 and the Wii, especially the PS2. Guitar Hero stuff is essentially worthless. That's why you see so much of it at thrift stores. But these like dongles, I think is what they're called, are pretty expensive. These are like 20 or 30 bucks online. So I think this was $1.99. So I went ahead and picked that one up for sure. And then moving on to the final and biggest part of this pickup video, I already probably spoiled this pickup by showing some footage on our Facebook page, which I know most of you probably saw. But I had gone into the Goodwill and walked back to the electronics, and my jaw just dropped. I instantly took out my phone, threw a bunch of the stuff in my cart, and just took a real quick video just to show you guys that I was not making this up. Like, this was actually there. There was stacks of systems sitting on the shelf, and I was like, where did these all come from? I have no idea. I started just putting them in my cart. I eventually figured the whole thing out, but first of all, I'll show you guys what I picked up. All of these systems here were $5 each. They're all as is, untested, no cords, anything, but still, for $5 each, it was a phenomenal deal. I'll show you guys what we got. We got a black GameCube here. This one actually had 2 first-party black memory cards in it. We got another black GameCube here. Another black GameCube. Picked up another black GameCube. And we got an indigo GameCube here. So 5 GameCubes for $5 each. I'll slide these out of the way. All these were $5 each as well. We got a Model 1 Sega Genesis, a Model 2 Sega Genesis, another Model 2 Sega Genesis, another one. Those aren't going to stack very well. And then the last one here, another Model 2 Sega Genesis. And again, these were all $5 a piece, and I actually didn't even buy all the ones they had. I think I recall passing one GameCube specifically that was a little more scratched up. It was missing one of these port covers on the bottom here, and I didn't have any extras, memory cards or anything with it. So I passed on that, and I think I passed on one Genesis system that was pretty scratched up, and it was missing this port cover here. So I passed on that one. They also had, I think on the same day, 3 original Xbox systems there. One of them was marked for $20 and came with an AV cord, so I passed on that, obviously. They had another one, they had 2 more. One of them was marked for $5. Didn't even include a disc drive. It didn't even have a disc drive. It had like a skin on the console. It was just the console shell though, so I don't know if they thought it was working or what. And then they had another one for like $5 or $6 that I passed on just because I just hate carrying around original Xboxes. They're so bulky, half the time they don't work and stuff, so I just passed on those. But for $50 I got 10 systems, and again, there's no cords or anything that came with these. They didn't have any of them there. But that's still a phenomenal deal, and like I said, I eventually figured out where all these came from once I got home and saw that they all had these price tags on the bottom of them, and these are the price tags from that game store that we had downtown here a couple years ago. They went out of business, and that was a store that I bought a ton of stuff from. If you scroll back on the channel, I think I have like 1,000 game haul that came from that store when they were going out of business and stuff. And I guess she had hung on to some of the stuff with the intentions of selling it. We actually ended up at her garage sale earlier this year. None of this stuff was at her garage sale, but we picked up a couple other things that I'd recognized from her store as well. I've seen some of it pop up at the Vinnies. I got that Monster brand GameCube AV cord a while back that had one of those stickers on it as well, so I guess she finally just got fed up and dumped everything she had at the Goodwill, and it's just funny that I ended up with it after so long. So $50 for all that, and actually I do have one more purchase to show that I got on this same day with these systems. This had been sitting there forever. It was a blue tag. I was like, if that is still here when the blue tags go half off, I'll pick it up. I wasn't going to pay the $3.99 for it, but for $2 I went ahead and got, now don't judge, Lizzie McGuire 3 Homecoming Havoc for the Game Boy Advance. The only reason I picked it up is because it is not only complete, but it is still factory sealed. So I thought that was a pretty cool way, a pretty good way to end the video. Anyway, obviously you can sense my sarcasm there, but anyway, that was all I had to show for this video. I'm gonna start putting away my mountain of systems here. Thank you guys for sticking around and checking out the video, and until next time, take care.